Hello ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our flat boy here for doing your leg arteries and veins. So we're going to start with where your abdominal aorta split into the common iliac arteries. And remember, for all of these you have both a left and a right leg, so all of these are also labeled left and right in front of it. So you have your common iliac vein, or your common iliac artery, and it branches here because some of it, like you have a branch here, fork in the road, where some is going to go inside and start feeding the inner workings of your hip bones and whatnot, and the other is going to go along the outside. So you have common iliac artery, branches into internal iliac artery, and external iliac artery. But once you go down far enough in the leg, you're going to magically meet the femur, which of course is the big bone here. Things are named after what they run next to. So this is your femoral artery at this point. So you have a femoral artery. The arteries that are in the back of your knees is the popliteal arteries. Remember, popliteal is that region that's the back of your knee. If you need to remember that, you pop your heel in a romance comedy when somebody gets kissed. So that is the popliteal artery. Right. And that goes down into, or that will branch into, see, you have one branching to the front and then one branching to the back. So that is your posterior tibial artery and your anterior tibial artery. Right? You also have an artery to the side where the fibula is. That's on the out. It would be on the other side where I'm trying to point. Ankle, but that's not on this model. So you have a fibular artery as well. But this goes down to the Dorsalis Pedis artery. Dorsalis, back. Pedis, foot. So the top part of your foot. Dorsalis Pedis artery. And then the plantar arc is the artery that's on the bottom of your foot, at the arc of your foot. And there you go. That leads us to your veins going back up. So your veins. Digital veins, once again, those are the itty bitty veins from your toes. And that leads to this lovely arc on the top of your foot here. That would be the dorsal venous arc. You have a different arc feeding from the bottom of your foot, which is the plantar venous arc, but the plantar venous is not on this model. You just have the dorsal venous. You also do not have a fibular vein, but you do have, well, you have a fibular vein. It's not on this model. And you also have a posterior tibial and an anterior tibial, which are also not on this model. But those combined with these other two veins along the sides, because you have extra veins just like you did in your arms, all meet at the popliteal vein, which is flowing upwards. And then all of this feeds into the femoral vein that's flowing up, which then flows into external iliac, where it meets internal iliac is now the common iliac, and all of that dumps into your inferior vena cava. The extra veins you had in your leg, though, you have one that runs along the outside of your leg to collect additional blood that needs to move up, called the small saphenous vein. And you have another larger vein that goes from ankle all the way up to where it meets the external iliac vein that runs along the inside of your leg, called the great saphenous vein. But all in all, those are the arteries and veins that you need to know of your legs. Let me know if you guys have any questions.